The second episode of the final season of Outlander delivers one of the most emotional moments of the series so far. A tragic death shakes the community and forces everyone at Fraser's Ridge to confront the fragile reality of their lives on the frontier. While the show has never shied away from loss, this particular death feels different because of what it represents for the future of the Ridge and the people who call it home. From the very beginning, Fraser's Ridge was meant to be a sanctuary. When Jamie Fraser and Claire Fraser built their home there, it symbolized stability and hope after years of war, separation, and hardship. The Ridge became more than just a settlement. It became a family and a community bound together by loyalty and shared struggles. That's why the death in episode 2 hits so hard. The tragedy reminds everyone that even in a place meant to feel safe, danger is never far away. Life on the frontier is unpredictable, and the Ridge exists in a time period filled with political conflict, violence, and uncertainty. When someone dies under those circumstances, it doesn't just affect one family, it ripples through the entire community. For Jamie and Claire, the loss is deeply personal. Over the years, they have taken responsibility for the people living at Fraser's Ridge. Jamie sees himself as a protector, someone who has promised to keep the settlers safe. Whenever tragedy strikes, that promise weighs heavily on him. The death in episode 2 forces him to question whether he can truly shield the Ridge from the chaos of the outside world. Claire experiences the loss from a different perspective. As a healer and doctor, she is constantly fighting against the limitations of the time period she lives in. Medicine in the 18th century cannot prevent every tragedy, no matter how skilled or determined she is. Moments like this remind Claire of the painful reality that there are times when even she cannot save someone. Beyond the emotional impact on Jamie and Claire, the death also signals a turning point for the settlement itself. Fraser's Ridge has grown over the seasons, evolving from a small homestead into a thriving community. But growth also brings vulnerability. The more people who rely on the Ridge for safety, the greater the consequences when something goes wrong. The tragedy raises questions among the settlers about their future. Some may begin to wonder whether the Ridge can truly remain a refuge as larger historical conflicts begin to close in around them. The American Revolution and other political tensions loom over the story, threatening to pull the community into events far beyond their control. This moment also reinforces a key theme that has always defined Outlander: the cost of building a life in turbulent times. The Frasers have always fought to create a home where their family and friends can live peacefully. Yet the world they inhabit rarely allows peace to last for long. Every tragedy becomes a reminder that the stability they've worked so hard to build is constantly at risk. Another important aspect of the episode is how the characters respond to the loss. The Ridge has always been portrayed as a tight-knit community where people support each other through hardship. After the tragic death, that sense of unity becomes more important than ever. Mourning together allows the settlers to process the grief and reaffirm the bonds that hold them together. In a way, the tragedy also strengthens the emotional foundation of Fraser's Ridge. While it exposes the dangers they face, it also highlights the resilience of the people living there. The settlers understand that survival on the frontier requires not just courage, but also compassion and solidarity. As the final season of Outlander continues, the death in episode May 2nd have long-term consequences for the story. It could influence Jamie's decisions as a leader, affect Claire's role within the community, and shape how the settlers prepare for the challenges ahead. Moments like this often mark the beginning of larger narrative shifts, especially in a series approaching its conclusion. Ultimately, the tragic death serves as a powerful reminder of what Fraser's Ridge truly represents. It is not just a place on a map. It is a symbol of the Frasers' dream of family, loyalty, and belonging. When that dream is threatened by loss, the emotional impact resonates far beyond a single episode. And as the final season unfolds, the people of Fraser's Ridge will have to prove once again that even in the face of tragedy, their community and the bonds between them can endure.